Uncorrect female code people, this is Mike Colleen again. Got a little bit of music going on in the background. Let me turn that down. Turn it off, actually. I want to say thank you. I never really paid attention to how many subscribers I've had, and I have over 100, which isn't a lot. But I thought I had in fact, I think I told someone the other night I had 50. So I have 127 as of last count last night. And I want to say thank you, and I kind of, here's what got me to do all these videos all of a sudden. I started getting subscriber after subscriber, and I realized I need to start making videos. I hadn't made videos in about 5 months or something like that. And I just want to say thank you, and if you start listening and paying attention to these videos, you're going to start seeing a lot more of the difference between men and women. I want to take that and lead into... God, there's so many different. I've got a list of things I want to talk about, but I want to pick one. All right, let's talk about my fish tanks. Here's my fish tanks. There's the one back there is really cool. It's an 8.5 gallon. It's huge. It's like 25 inches tall, 25.5 by 10.5, 11 wide. It's just massive for a vase. It's actually a vase. Here's what I want to talk about: hobbies. Okay, this is going to be a quick thing. You know, all my life since I was a teenager, you always hear how women, oh, it's good for a man to have a hobby. You got to have a hobby. Even my friend's mom used to say this, and I remember looking at her like, why? And I had never had a hobby, at least not to my knowledge. At least I didn't realize it was a hobby until I got into fish tanks about 8 months ago. And I'm just and there's a purpose behind all of this. Oh, you can see my gar roofer right there. Anyways. I am so into these freaking fish tanks. It's like an addiction, literally. It's like an addiction. I remember my friend Brad. I'm going to give a shout out to Brad from Vintage High. He had fish tanks, and now he's got a pond. He's up there, I think, by Northern California, Chico. And he's got this huge pond now in front of his house, or in back of his house. I'm not sure. I haven't been up there. But he's like, you got to come up and see it. You got to come up and see it. And I was just like, all right, and other people that had fish tanks, I never got it. Yeah, you got a fish tank. He goes, no, come on over. You got to see it. I'm like, okay, I'll come see your fish tank. But now that I'm into fish tanks, I get it. I understand it. I see why people get so addicted. I literally almost every day am on YouTube looking at 2 or 3 videos on new tips and how to do this and, what about this problem? How do you fix that? And here's the other thing. The minute someone gets me to start talking about my fish tank hobbies, I cannot shut up. I just go and go. And I've learned to be real quiet because I realized they're doing the same thing that I was doing. They kind of look at me like, oh, yeah, I get it. You like fish tanks. Because if they're not into it, they're not into it. This fish tank hobby has taught me a lot. Now, I'm lucky because my business is also my hobby. And I didn't realize it until I got into fish tanks. I spend all my time studying and reading books and learning. And my friend Andrew is like, why do you read so much on psychology and communication? And I'm like, are you kidding, dude? It's awesome. And I'll start talking about that to him. He's like, yeah, okay, I get it. It's kind of like overload. So here's my point. I noticed that when you talk to women about your hobbies, it stimulates them, and they love it. And I didn't understand what was the big deal about hobbies, because the thing you understand, the left brain, the male brain, is black and white. It's very boring. It's to the point. Women can't stand it. It bores the shit out of them. All right, let's just be honest. And yes, this includes married men. If you want to save your marriage, if you want your wife to get closer to you emotionally and physically, you've got to be stimulating. And that, I'm not going to go into the communication side right now because that is what the whole course is about. But I'm going to give you little things that kind of unconsciously help you get going. Whenever I start going off about my fish tanks or my business, women just listen and they pay attention and they're into it. Like, no, keep going. I want to hear this. This is fun. I was like, really? Oh, okay, well. So what it does is instead of you being this one-dimensional guy, going to work, making money, coming home, today was a great day, you start talking. All women, so you got to remember, her mating system is connected to her right brain. This is the detail brain. It's about hues and colors and just the slightest color from, there's purple, but then there's violet, and then there's this color. But to most men, it's like, well, it looks purple. But to a woman, they're totally different shades of gray. And yeah, they are slight differences, but that's what the right brain is looking for. So when you start talking about your hobby in detail, not only can she understand you, it stimulates her mind, and she's going to want to spend time with you. All right, so that's it for this video. We'll talk more. Remember, subscribe right now, right down there. Just click a button. It's really easy. And I'm going to give a quick shout out. Again, this is to Dustin's Fish Tanks on YouTube, and his other website now is called fishtankstv.com, I believe. I'll put it down in the link. I believe it's fishtankstv.com. Fishtanks, plural, tv.com. This is to Dustin. That's it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.